ABC. Well, haven't done an update video for a while. Just filmed one. Ended up being almost 30 minutes. So I'm gonna chop it in half. Kind of didn't mention it within the video. Just went on way too long. So it's kind of edited or chopped funny or whatever. Just kind of deal with it. Grab a beer, chocolate milk, whatever the hell you like. And I'm probably gonna post both of them, one right after the other. So enjoy. Hope everybody has a good weekend. ABC, it's Garner. I want to do an update. It's been 2-3 weeks, probably close to 3 weeks, I guess, since I've done one. So still not out digging much. Got a good bit of stuff in the mail. You know, it's just been trickling in slowly, and stuff laying around. You know, typical. Going through the pile that need to go through, but haven't listened to yet. And got some VCLT from brother Garner, and I'll show you that. So to kind of get started here, what I'm listening to in the background is the Mooney Suzuki live and amplified. Great band. I have this on vinyl too, but found the CD for a couple bucks somewhere, checking it out. Start off with some CDs. I didn't know. You see these, you know, greatest hit deals all the time. I just, for the most part, pass them up. But I didn't know about this. I was actually reading the new Eddie Trunk book, and he just kind of mentioned it. And so I jumped online, found one real cheap, and grabbed it. But it's White Lion. Was it the Definitive Rock Collection, which is whatever, White Lion. But this is a two CD set, and the second CD is the whole live show from the Ritz that they used to show on MTV, which very cool to have that on disc. I loved that show. These guys were phenomenal right around that period, man. I mean, Vito was an unbelievable guitar player. Just really cool. So definitely, for me, this is worth picking up. I haven't even listened to the first disc, you know. But that second disc, that whole live show is freaking great, and it sounds killer. I found Exodus Force of Habit. I never had this, and not one of their better albums at all, really. It's okay, it's got some moments, and then it's got some real shit moments too. But it's kind of cool to add to the Exodus collection. And the new Crocus. I think I've shown this. What the hell was the name of this? Dirty Dynamite. But I finally got time to listen to it. This came out last year, I think it was. Beginning of this year, 2013. This is killer. It's Crocus, I know. You know, Crocus gets talked about the same way, Winger or whatever. But wow, if you dig Bon Scott era AC/DC, check this out. And as soon as I was listening to it, you know, texted George. I'm like, man, have you heard this? He's like, hell yeah, it's great. And it is, man. It's other than they do a cover of the Beatles' Help, which is just right dead in the middle of the album. It's cruising along. You hit that song, and it just, somebody put the brakes on. It sucks. And then right back into the album, and the rest of it's killer. So, you know, check them out, man. That album's good. And I found this for a couple bucks at a Goodwill. Autograph, sign in, please. This is an original, you know, old RCA in like perfect condition, man. Jewel case, everything. So had to grab that. Actually, didn't have that on CD. Just kind of looking for it. All right. Let's jump into the VCLT. Garner. Kind of got a package kind of out of the blue. He kind of mentioned a couple things to me, and then, you know, shows up. So, first up is Twilly, Dwight Twilly. This I think was his first solo album from '79. very cool power pop kind of stuff, man. This is I really dug this. I'd never heard this, or I've never heard much Dwight Twilley, to be quite honest. It's very cool. This was really good. The Moberleys. Never heard of these guys either. You can always count on Garner, man. Yeah. Always hooks you up with something you haven't come across before. This is kind of like that underground, early 80s rock. Just three-piece, really good, out of Seattle. Yeah, I kind of jumped online, looked up some information on them. And yeah, it was mainly this Jim Bass Knight was pretty much the main guy in the band. Dude in the middle here. But really good, man. And you know, they jumped from Seattle to New York, back to Seattle to LA, and you know, I think he went solo at one point. But great album. That's a French pressing. Like, very cool score, Garner. And it sounds great. I've heard of these guys, but never heard them. The Ramrods, Give Me Some Action. This is newer, 2004. Very cool. You know, just punk. Side 1 is fantastic. Side 2 is kind of live sounding, just not the best quality. But you know, cool. They do My Generation, Search and Destroy. You know, there's a couple cover kind of things in there. But very cool. And last one from Garner is Earthquake 8.5. I do have some Earthquake, but I didn't have this one. And this is kind of what he mentioned to me. This and the Dwight Twilley album. And this one, Berserkly, yeah. Which, you know, power pop kind of stuff. This, I'm not sure the year on this. Don't see it right off the bat. But cool band, cool label. You know, definitely worth checking out. Alright, thanks Garner, man. I totally appreciate that package. I could get some stuff to you if I go digging anytime soon. I just haven't been out lately, man. So, alright, kind of get into it here. These are all mixed up. Like I said, it's been almost 3 weeks since my last update, and stuff gets moved around, listened to, put here, put there. So I tried to go through and get everything back together, and was like, just make a stack and show them. So, here we go. I've been looking for this since Raul showed it, and Raul, where you at, man? Hope everything's cool. I haven't seen a video from you for a while. If you're still hanging around watching, leave a comment. Got Ram. Is this Lightbringer? Yeah. This is on High Roller. So I'm not sure if this was originally issued on High Roller, or if High Roller has reissued it. Either way, I'm just happy as hell to have this. It's a killer band. I hadn't checked them out until Raul showed, I think he showed this and Death, their next album. But just good, kind of based in 80s metal, but kind of doing their own thing too. Just a really good band. And to be quite honest, I don't know if I would have picked this up blind buy, you know what I mean, if Raul hadn't kind of talked about it and all that, because it looks a little kind of death metal-y to me, but it's not at all. It's just really good. Been looking for this album for a long time. Popped up on eBay, and I went for it. It's Loudness 81-86 Live. This is a double live album. Came out in 1986. This Japanese pressing with the OBI. And there's the vinyl. But like I said, I've been looking for this forever. It's from that era, you know, Thunder in the East and all that. When they started kind of making waves in America. But this popped up on eBay, and it was like starting bid $14.99, and I'm like, oh man, what's this thing going to go for? So I put my, you know, my bid in, and I waited and I waited, and nobody else bid. I got it for $15. It's like, hell yeah. So very happy to get that. Found this in a Junk Shop. Been looking for this for a long time also. Trapeze, We Are the Music, or You Are the Music, We're Just the Band. Great album, 70s hard rockin' with like some soul, and yeah, it has its moments where it slows down, but when it gets going, it gets going. And of course, it's Glenn Hughes era trapeze, just killer. I just never ever find this in the wild or see it in the wild, and this popped up, and you know, it's been loved. It's far from perfect, but it plays great. You know, happy with it. Next, Rockets. Love Transfusion. Got this for $1. Got a couple other albums by these dudes, and they're just kind of that 70s bar rock kind of thing. But cool band. And this is on Tortoise International. I've never heard of that label before. And actually, kind of the covers like this. But it's a cool find for $1. I mean, come on. I was listening to this the other day. Little Feat, Dixie Chicken. Yeah, you see this all over the place. You know, find it cheap, pick it up, man. It's a good album. And you know, Dixie Chicken is just a great song. Marshall Tucker Band, A New Life. Yeah, just that 70s Southern on Capricorn, right? Yep. Like I said, this, you know, a lot of stuff in here. It's been kind of in the new piles. I just haven't got to. This blew me away. Never heard this album before. You know, I found it a little while back and just getting around to listening to it. Slade, Play It Loud. And I haven't looked. I don't know if this was like their first album. This is 1970. And wow, this is killer. You know, bordering on hard rock. They hadn't quite got into that glammy kind of sound, you know, I guess would come right after this. But great album. Especially, you know, right now I'm into the hard rock things, 70s hard rock. And man, this fits right in there. And that's one I don't see too often. That's kind of why I grabbed it. I like Slade, not a huge Slade fan, but that was totally worth picking up. Really good. Next, Reckless. No Frills. It's on Atco. It's a gold stamp promo. Just kind of that, you know, hair metal-y kind of sounding stuff. It's from '87. It's pretty cool. Nothing really to write home about. Unlike this album, write somebody about it because it's killer. A to Z or A to Z, however you want to say it. The Witches of Berkeley. Live. This is 1980, right? Yep. 1980. Right in there, man. New wave of British heavy metal, and that's what this is. This is freaking excellent. Been looking for this for a while too, and it popped up. You know, it's got a little wear on the cover. Vinyl is beautiful, plays great, and it's a great album. I've seen that, you know, in books and on the internet and that kind of thing. I've just never, you know, usually goes for a good bit of money. Not huge money, but you know, I didn't know what it was, and I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it. Came across it for a good price, and I did, and wow, what a good album. eBay purchase. I don't think I've shown this. The new Onslaught. I don't know their name. I think it's, is it 6? Yeah, 6 right here. Alright. Slayer. You like Slayer, you'll like Onslaught. The new Onslaught stuff. Really good, just full on, yeah, great metal. Happy with that. Really good album. George again just showed this, or he was listening to it in his last video. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Unvarnished. Just been waiting on this. It got pushed back, the release date. It's like man, come on. And this is really, really good. The only thing, US pressing, and it has a US warp. What is it? All US albums. Nobody in the US can press an album that doesn't have a small warp in it. I mean, this pisses me off so bad. You get stuff from overseas, yeah, any kind of imports, and man, they're 99.9% of the time are perfect. Sound great, no warps. 99.9% of the time you get anything from the US, it has, if not a very small warp, one that'll just throw the needle completely off the record. So I don't know, I'm almost to the point where I'm avoiding buying US press stuff. It's getting bad. So enough negativity.